or talking or anything. I wish they did have frequent flyer cards though, because I would definitely have a lot of miles racked up on mine for recipient side of things. But yeah, I'm a pilot, I'm a sailor. I never thought I'd be a survivor. But last year in the summer around July, in the heart of the pandemic, I started to feel pretty off, headaches, migraines. My teeth started to bleed, all this really weird stuff for a normal healthy guy to experience. My hearing and my vision started to kind of go in and out, and I was like, man, something's off. And my fiance works at the ICU at BB Healthcare, and we kept on kind of taking my vitals and things like that, and realized my heart rate was a little elevated, but with the symptoms of COVID being blood clotting, tachycardia, migraines, things like that, we were just like, all right, well, either I have COVID or something's off. So we delayed. And I kept on the sailboat having all this blood coming out of my teeth, and I'm like, what is going on? And I remember like joking with some friends. They're like, man, you need to go to the doctor about that. That's not normal. But me being a 25-year-old dude who works from home, I was like, whatever, like I got blood coming from my teeth. I'll worry about it when I need to worry about it. And flash forward to the 5th of August, I had a meeting that morning, and I remember thinking in my brain, I said, I think I know what the problem is. All I eat is Chick-fil-A. And this isn't how you can sustain a healthy body. So there was just a juice store that opened in Ocean View, and I got on my moped and rode down there and told them, I was like, I want the greenest juice you can make. I was like, my hearing and my vision's off. I was like, I need to reset my body. So they give me this green juice, and I'm sitting out front having it, and I almost go completely deaf, and I'm thinking, okay, it's probably time. I don't think this juice is going to help me. So I went home, and my fiance drove me over to the Millville facility over there on Roxana Road, beautiful facility. And they took my vitals and everything, and we were kind of just waiting for the labs to result. And I remember the door being open in the emergency room just a little bit, and everything was normal. Like I still had plenty of energy for the most part. I just had these symptoms that were persisting. So all of a sudden, I hear all this commotion kind of in the ER about the labs for room 12, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, man, there's a lot of 12s in here. I was like, this is probably room 12. So the doctor comes in, he's a young guy, he's probably 10 years older than me. I'd love to meet him one day, but he's like, hey man, your kidney function's all over the place. And me being in business for the last 10 years, I was like, this guy's full of it, right? He was like, can you get someone on the phone so we can kind of talk through it? So I got my fiance on the phone, and I was like, hey, she's a nurse, so kind of tell her how it is. And he told us there, he's like, I have a helicopter on the way for you. He's like, you have no blood in your body. He's like, I'm surprised you're even alive. He said, you most likely have leukemia. So there I was, 25 years old, sitting in that ER right on Roxana Road after being like, all right, honey, I'll see you after the gym. And now he's like, no, you got a helicopter coming, you have leukemia. So went up to Christiana Care. Immediately at BB, I was transfused with three bags of red blood cell. My hemoglobin was 3.1. My platelets were 5, so a normal range is between 250 and 300,000. And my immune system, or my ANC, my absolute neutrophil count, was 0.05. So nothing. I had no blood products. So before this, I knew nothing of this. The only thing I knew about a blood center was that the truck would pull up every once in a while and people would donate blood. But there I was, normal guy now saying, wow, like, where's this blood coming from? People are donating this blood to keep me alive. So I got the first round of transfusions at BB in the helicopter on the way to Christiana. I woke up the next morning, they said, you need another one. I was like, well, didn't you just give me some? They're like, that's not how it works. So your body uses that, your body makes that. So I'm like, okay. So it started to make sense. I was completely transfusion dependent at that point from August 5th all the way through till September 28th. And that's why I had so many, over 300 transfusions. So it was pretty crazy. That's because the bone marrow was completely failed. And luckily for me, at Johns Hopkins, they were doing an experimental treatment. If any of you guys know about bone marrow transplants and stuff like that, bone marrow donation, you need to have either a full match unrelated, or now over the last few years, they've actually allowed for you to have a half match or more related donor to move forward with a transplant. So I'm one of 22 people in the world now, thanks to Johns Hopkins, that are here able to talk because of my brother being a half match and them doing the transplant anyway. So my last transfusion was on September 28th, the day I got my bone marrow transplant, and flash forward to now, 9 rounds of chemo, radiation, my hair's back, it's a different color, but that's a different, but I'm flying again, I'm sailing as much as I can, and like I said, I had no intention of speaking today, but I work with Christian Phillips here at NAI Coastal out in Salisbury, and we helped pull this building together as well. So just excited to be here. Like I said, I had no intention, and Dave Tam, thank you for putting that facility close enough to my house. I don't know why it took me that long to walk over there and actually go see a doctor, but like it's this area and the healthcare facilities and everything are just becoming second to none, and this facility proves that as well. You don't need to go across the bridge to to get world-class healthcare here and in Sussex County. So I appreciate the opportunity to speak. Definitely, I'm alive because of donations that were.